Alright, welcome to episode 5 of my glitch sound design series. So at the end of the last episode, I had mentioned the idea of doing an episode where I sort of completed the series of making glitch sounds with each one of these generators, which wasn't my initial plan, but I realized, well, I had done it with all of them other than noise at this point. So maybe I should try making glitch sounds with noise. And so I've been playing around with it a bit and decided that I was going to do it. Now, what I'm going to do is not... you don't exactly need noise for it. You could kind of just use this to make glitch sounds with anything. But I don't know. I got to kind of explore some interesting new spaces with it, I guess. So, yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna use all 3 of the noise types in Faceplant. So I have just white noise. So that's bumping up against the compressor in Streamlabs. That's not enough still. Hopefully. I don't remember how to get to the compressor in Streamlabs, so that should be fine for now. It's gonna get glitchy soon anyway, so it's not gonna matter that much. Okay, so here's white noise, or any flavor of noise. I guess this is white noise. Although I feel that seems very a lot more energy in the higher frequencies there. Let's say something like that is white noise, but anyway, got a whole range of stuff there. And then there's stepped noise. Favorites. And then this is like smooth stepped noise. I don't know, what do they call it? Key track step noise and key track smooth noise, I guess. I think is basically like filtered stepped noise. But these 2 you can control with pitch. Bring this one down, you can, boost the higher. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Okay, so we have these 3 kinds of noise. I just make differently. I'm gonna set the way I'm gonna do this, which is a bit different from what I've done in previous videos, is I'm going to process each lane separately. So I'm going to send each of these into its own lane, and then set these to go to master. What note am I playing? Oh, I'm playing C6? Oh my goodness. It's so high. Okay, so let me just solo this one first. Um, I want random modulator, of course. Remap, 50% chance. Of course, I'll have this control the volume. Yeah. Generator. That. 53%. And then I will have this trigger a random generator to control the slope. And it will also trigger another random generator to control the stereo width. So now all of these together. Group. What's up? At this point, I wouldn't really call this this glitchy. It's kind of random, I guess, but not really glitchy. But we'll get there. There we go. So this second one. I'll have this control. Oh, I also need to bring weight down. And then I'll have one of these control the stereo width again. And this one, I mean, you could control the shift, harmonic, or pitch. I don't know. I'll do this one on the harmonic, I guess. And pitch. That it really matters, I think, but assortment of ways of doing things, I guess. And since I'm controlling the harmonic here, I think I'll bring this note down. Maybe not much. Whatever. That should be fine. And then basically do the same thing on this third one. Width. This I'll just have controlled directly. I'll bring that down. If I'm going to be playing this at C2, I'll bring it down 24 semitones so it's on at C0 and then there. There we go. That might be too much. Oops. You'll bring it. all together. Still not really what I would call glitchy, but so I don't want all of these playing at the same time. So what I will do is I'll get a random modulator and I will put a remap. This, and I will duplicate this twice. Now, oh, interesting. Did not stay magnetized. Set one of them like this. So it's on for the first third. One of them like this. On for the second third, and then one for the third third. That. And then I'll just have these control the outputs of each lane. Oh, I hit numlock. That's the problem. Okay. A little glitchier, I guess. But now, we're gonna get to well, I mean, it's not actually that different fundamentally than anything I've done before, but I've found the result to be quite different. So what I am building here is essentially just another delay buffer like I've built before in probably each of the other videos. But for one thing, I'll build it with a convolver because that can bring the delay down to 0 milliseconds. Oh, and then I'll put gain above that. So I'll get a random modulator. I want the rate very high. Something like that. Turn the jitter up. Remap. And like this. Low chance of a very high chance of it being high, I guess. Like that. So it just occasionally turns off for a split second. That's what I want from this modulator. And so I'll switch to that. Down to 0. Up to 100. To 100. And then another random modulator that gets triggered by this. And that will control the delay, which I've been putting up to maybe about, between 30 and 40 milliseconds. You can try doing it higher, but actually maybe, I don't know, do like up to 50 milliseconds, say. Oh, and I need to turn. So what this should do, and I'll just copy this. So, even though this is fundamentally just the same as another delay buffer, the effect it has is almost like a granular freezer, where it's basically always frozen. Each time this turns off and on again, it's just grabbing a new little grain of a random length chosen by this and looping that at a high rate because it's, max of 49.1 milliseconds. And I like the sound you get from it. So I had also played around with putting like a pitch shifter or a frequency shifter after this. We can try that out. You could get another random modulator, if that controls the mix on this, and then have it trigger to change the pitch shift. You could also have it change the grain size as well, because that'll also affect the result you get. Here we go. When am I working it? I'd say we're in definite glitchy territory at this point. I like how sparse it is too. A lot of the glitch sounds I've made so far have been pretty dense, which you don't, not that that's necessarily how you would use it. You would probably just play tiny little, fragments of a note to just trigger it a tiny bit to get a little glitchy sound here and there. But the sustained sound has generally been pretty busy, but the sustained sound on this one is pretty sparse, which is kind of nice. You could also have a frequency shifter here. Let's see. So maybe have the mix all the way up, and then have this switch between these two. That. So one or the other is playing, although they don't want I guess I could do a similar kind of thing to what I did in the phase plant patch, where you have this random modulator, go into a remap. You know what, actually, I can copy it. The set how I need. So I can this random modulator go into these and have these control the outputs of these 3 lanes, which have in parallel. Oh, or I could just control. Yeah, I could rather than having that. Yeah, I'll do that. Not that I really need to do. I don't need to control the mix of an empty lane, but I think this should still do what I. 2/3 of the time, one of these will be playing, basically. And then have what's controlling this one? I can have this one trigger another random modulator that will control the frequency shifting. Go positive with it. Probably. Since generally the sounds we'll be getting out of it are fairly high due to it the grain size being so short. Sure. Let's try that. So that's take these again. This over. Okay, I'm liking that. And I guess I might as well make another stereo glitchitizer, called it, that I believe I did in the last episode. Solver. Triggers a random modulator to change the delay time. Now you can set the delay time as you want. Although, if you set it, to like 5 seconds or something, 2 seconds, if this is turning on and off faster than the delayed signal might never catch up basically before this turns off again. So I might set it to like 100 milliseconds, something like that. And then a gain. Good. And then just put all of this in a group again and just duplicate it. Duplicate it into the right channel. There we go. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. There we go. Okay. So I'll just duplicate that into those. That's a lot of snap heaps. Hear it now. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'll just put some multi-band compression on each of these. Now I learned about, I've used not OTT several times here. I learned about this recently. Overachiever. I kind of made my own like hacky 5-band OTT here, just aping off of the built-in OTT. But I just learned that there is a preset for a 5-band OTT-like compressor. So I'll put that on one of them anyway, and then I'll put not OTT on another one, and Loud Smash. Sure. That. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think that is a pretty glitchy sound that I technically made using the noise generators in Faceplant. Obviously, it's is there a way for me to I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it's just part of the envelope. Let me try. Okay, it looks like you can. I bet that just sending the same signal into all three lanes gives you the same result as doing this with the three different noise generators. Because, it's so much processing is happening here that, the input sound doesn't really matter that much. So I'm kind of cheating as far as making glitchy sounds out of raw noise goes. But, actually, you know what? In an upcoming episode, I will show how sorry, Bumble, please don't rub against the microphone. Bumble was rubbing against the microphone, so you probably heard that. In my the sound design video I did for AJ Generated's glitchy animation thing they made, I can delve deeper into it in the episode where I'll show some of the techniques I used for doing this, but I did effectively make most of the glitch sounds in that video out of just noise at the end of the day. So you can definitely do it. But I had fun sort of exploring these ways of making glitchy sounds out of just sound in general, I guess. So I think that's probably about it for this one. Not really anything that revolutionary here, I guess. Not really anything that different from what I've done in previous videos, but I do think that the sound you get from this, what I've called the freeze glitcher, even though it is fundamentally just the same thing as the delay buffer, I think you get a suitably different range of sounds from it than you do from the default delay buffer. So I had fun playing around with that. So thanks for watching.